Hi, it's Jen here, and I'm feeling great today. I am excited because it's the end of April here in Maine, and I'm getting ready to install a new package of bees today. So I thought in a moment we'd go out to my hive and take a look. These are Italian bees, and when you install a package, it's 30,000 bees, or 3 pounds, and 1 queen. But I thought I'd talk first for a moment before we go to the hive, because I wear a full bee suit when I go out to my beehives, and I'm not willing to leave my veil unzipped to hook up my microphone. Sell crazy somewhere else. Anyway, why bees? I'm not a glutton for punishment. I just love honeybees for several reasons. For one thing, I love honey. Right? It's wonderful to cook with, it tastes great, and I have so much respect for bees. Sorry, you can probably hear my chickens in the background. Bees are incredible creatures, and we need them, right? They're endangered. We need them for pollination. Not to mention, they help my garden, all the things in my garden grow. But bees, I just have so much respect for them. Each bee in the colony has its own job, whether it's a scout bee that's going to look for sources of pollen, or a guard bee that is guarding the entrance to make sure other insects don't get into the hive, or a nursery bee that's caring for the eggs, or the queen bee who at the height of her season will be laying 1,500 eggs a day. Bees are amazing creatures. The number one question that I get asked is, how are you able to be a blind beekeeper? How do you do beekeeping? And my answer is always the same: very carefully, right? Because blind or sighted, you want to be careful when you're working with bees. They're nothing to mess around with. Each hive, when it is fully developed, can have 90,000 bees, and even though 10% of them are male or drones and they don't have stingers, that still leaves 80,000 bees that can sting you, right? So you want to be careful. For me, though, honestly, I started out taking a course through my adult education program here in town. They were offering a beekeeping course, so I think it was on a Tuesday night for about 14 weeks. I asked a friend to give me a ride there, and I took that course. Now, some people are perfectly comfortable just watching YouTube videos or going to a 2-hour class and then getting started. But for me, I wanted to know a little bit more, right? Because in my mind, I was thinking, maybe I can do this and maybe I can't. But I don't want someone else telling me what I can't do. I want to make that decision for myself, right? So I went to the course, and did the instructors give me some funny looks? I'm sure they did, and they were probably wondering, what's going on here? But they were willing to work with me, and why not? I'm paying for the class just as everyone else is, right? So I took the course, and then, as the instructors recommended, to all the students, we worked with a mentor beekeeper for the first 6 months, everyone in the class. So for the first 6 months here at my house, a beekeeper came out, and beekeepers, I think in general, are wonderful people. They want to help you, they want to work with you, they love what they're doing. So came out, worked with me for 6 months. And here's the thing, beekeeping is about being slow and careful and methodical. So it actually works if you're visually impaired or blind, because you don't want to rush anyway. So for me, when I started working independently, I would put on my full body bee suit. Again, sell crazy somewhere else. I don't really want to be stung. So I wear a full body bee suit. And I would just go out and stand at the hive. And I would just listen to the sounds of bees coming and going. Because really, they're not interested in me. They're looking to build up their stores, strengthen their hive, and survive the Maine winter. They don't want to really bother me. And what I realized after that was that There are certain sounds that indicate to me whether a hive is doing well. Whether I'm standing outside of the hive or whether I've opened the hive up. There are sounds, there are smells, and there is my sense of touch. And that is how I work with bees. For example, and again, we'll go out to the hive in just a moment. When bees are contented and going about their business, this is what you hear. Okay? When bees are agitated, or you have what's called a hot hive, you're gonna know right off the bat. You're gonna hear zzz, and they're gonna be all over you, right? When I pull out a frame, I use a box hive with frames that are called deeps, right? So there's 10 frames, I believe, or is it 8? I can't think of it off the top of my head. Anyway, when I pull out a frame, I can tell from the weight of it if it's freighted with honey. I can smell if there is an issue with mold or a fungus. I can tell from the weight if the frame has not been built out. In other words, if the bees have not developed the comb. I can also tell if the bees are working on it and it's not got the weight of honey, that it probably has eggs or brood. In which case, if it's an outer frame, I'm going to move it to the center because that's safer. I can tell from the sound when I open up a hive if the hive is not doing well, if there are not enough bees, right? Sometimes you get what is called a weak queen, right? She's not laying a sufficient number of eggs. That indicates to me that this hive has got a problem. Like they're not going to have enough bees to surround that queen in the winter and get her surviving through the winter. And that's the ultimate goal, right? The queen, just to have the queen live through the winter. So again, whether you choose to be a beekeeper or not, that's not the point of this video. I'm not saying you need to rush right out and be a beekeeper. I'm just saying that I don't want people telling me what I can and cannot do. I want to make that decision for myself. For me, beekeeping was something I really felt passionate about. So if you feel passionate about something, just go for it. It might work, it might not, but isn't that life? That's that way whether you're sighted or blind. So let's go out to my hive and take a look, and I'll try and talk to you through my veil, but no guarantees, okay? And again, I'm installing a package of 30,000 bees today through a process called the dump and thump, all right? So I'm going to be installing this package of bees. There'll be one queen, and there's 3 pounds of bees here, which is about 30,000 bees. This is the queen, and every hive has one queen. She will be put into the hive, and as you can see, there are some bees in there with her. They will take care of her until the other bees dig out the candy opening and get her free. This is Jen signing off. Bye.